Hey everybody, this is Retro Cheese. I'm Jim.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Jane. I'm Jack. And I'm Mitch.
I'm Frank.
And what are we talking about today?
Mars attacks. Tim Burton teamed up with Davey Elfman.
The main idea about this movie, it's very simple. Mars attacks.
That's it. That's pretty much the plot.
Opening scene is of a set of cows running. They think it's food cooking. Of course it's not.
Hey, howdy there, Mr. Lee. What is this, Filipino New Year's?
Oh, why you sit up?
Because you're cooking up a feast. I can smell it all the way from the interstate. What is that, barbecue?
Oh, yeah, but it's not coming from here.
It is cows set on fire by Martians, I guess, who then take that information back to Mars and start an expedition to Earth from Mars.
Right, so in the opening credits, you just have tons of these flying saucers coming towards Earth.
Warships.
And
The beautiful sounds of the theremin.
Jack Nicholson
President.
and Jack Nicholson.
President and the casino.
Slim clothes.
He's almost the best part of the movie, I feel like.
I know, I love Jack Nicholson.
His character just brings it.
The yodeling was by far the best part.
Slim.
And the guy in the shades who's always trying to nuke him. Come on.
It's Let's see, Michael J. Fox.
Glenn Close is the first lady.
Glenn Close is the first
Well,
lady.
Natalie
Jack Nicholson is the
Portman.
president. Natalie Portman as their
Taffy.
daughter.
Annette Bening is the hippie lady.
Oh, the Crystals lady. Yep.
Pierce Brosnan. Bond.
The scientist.
Just an all-star
Martin
cast.
Short.
It is.
Professor Martin Short.
My name's Jerry Ross.
Jim
Yep.
Brown.
Yeah. Who?
Jim Brown.
The greatest running
Tim
back
Brown.
of all time, and you heard it here from John.
I mean, he's
Danny DeVito.
yeah, Danny DeVito, Tom Jones.
You're Tom Jones, right? It ain't unusual, eh? Tom, can I have an autograph? Anybody got a pen?
Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
Dan Greer.
Yeah, exactly.
Jack Black, did we say him?
Oh, yeah.
Jack Black, a young, slim Jack Black.
You know, Jack Black looked pretty fresh in this
All right, let's all comment. Okay,
Fresh
I
young
agree.
man.
Jack Black was a fresh young man.
I
think
know,
that's
Thomas.
debatable.
It's
I know.
debatable that Jack Black in this movie was a fresh young
He
man.
was more of a fresh young man in like Neverending Story.
Well, okay, but he's a fresh
Oh,
young
yeah,
man in this.
He's a
And
never-ending story.
Yeah, he's a bully with a unibrow.
I would argue he's even a fresh young man in Cable Guy. He's
I don't even
in
remember
Cable?
Cable.
He's
Yeah.
the friend.
yeah, he's the friend in Cable Guy.
He's Matthew Broderick's
I
friend.
remember nothing but Jim Carrey of that movie.
Thanks for accepting my invitation. Steven invited me.
Yeah.
Well, we need to watch it then because
That movie also
Jack
came
Black
out
is a
in
fresh
96.
young man in it, and
Hey,
it's
I-
like right before his career really started to go off because he was doing Tenacious D when he did Cable Guy, and then boom, the rest is herstory. So,
That's another
Hell
1996 movie.
there's the guy from the Terminator, Lieutenant Traxler,
Sarah Connor, it's Lieutenant Traxler.
what's-
Paul Winfield.
Paul Winfield,
Um,
as the guy that greets the Martians
Casey.
when they arrive for the first
This is
time.
Junior Casey.
And he's like talking on the phone. It's like,
oh my God!
yeah, I'm gonna meet the Martians.
They picked me.
Yep, and then he gets vaporized.
Yeah.
They just kept going on. How many times did they act like they were cool, and then they were just zapped?
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. They thought it was hilarious that humans are so stupid
It is kind of
that they
hilarious.
would just keep meeting.
I was thinking you'd want your president to at least try everything
Yeah,
possible not to nuke these creatures that have surrounded the planets.
that's the hard part of the whole thing. It's like, can you fault Jack Nicholson's president for the decisions he makes throughout the whole thing? Because he's like, okay, maybe it was a misunderstanding. We'll try something else. And then by the end of it, he's just like, everything's totally
Oh, no.
screwed.
No.
Something I was talking about is how horrific this actually is. Like, they blanketed it in comedy and made it funny, But there are scenes where literally Jack Black's character gets murdered on live television while his parents and the rest of the world are basically watching.
Yeah.
Things that you would think of normally as being, that's pretty gosh darn horrific.
Well, that's why you couldn't give him a chance again after that. That's why it's crazy.
Well, and then the guy, what was it, in France? He's like, we're meeting with the Martian investor. And he's like, get out
of there now.
Get out of the room.
Get out of there
Annette
now.
Bening's character, she comes back from that, and Art is still talking about his hotel.
Yeah.
And she's like, hello, I was there.
Yeah.
We have to get, out. We have to run.
He's like, the Martians are going to need somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
And we're going to be the ones that provide.
Delusional.
Yeah. And he's giving that pitch to the investors, and then the flying saucers are in the background, just like blasting everything in Las Vegas.
People are like,
Getting blasted.
Hey, Jim, what was the Mars Attacks originally based on? Was it a comic book?
It was the Topps trading cards. Was there a comic book? I don't remember.
No, as far as I know, there was not. I think it was like early 60s they came out with a set of cards. Topps, the company who does a lot of the baseball trading cards and things like that nowadays.
Yep.
They came out with them, and it was much like the Garbage Pail Kids, as far as I know. They had various cards like Invasion Begins.
Yes, yeah, that's like the most famous one. I think that was the first one.
With the cattle on fire?
Yes, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. There's all sorts of them, and they have that like Pulp Fiction-y kind of look to them. And
that's what I was just gonna say. This movie's it's funny in a way because it's just campy and it's pulpy. It's just meant to be. It's kind of like
Burton movie.
Yeah,
it's very shocking in some elements, but it also,
it like balances it out with the campiness,
weird comedy,
with the humor.
It's kind of like more creepy to me now, because of Mitch said like reality possibly, but also like mainly the chick right here with the dome, like
chewing the nitric oxide gum.
But also
the humor is less.
Yeah, the humor wasn't really there. That one scene where I guess it's Nicholson and the dude with the shades like yelling at each other. That's pretty hilarious.
Are you out of your mind? I'm not going to start a war.
We're already at war, sir. We have to nuke them. We have to nuke them now.
General Decker, if you do not shut up, I am going to relieve you of your command.
We have to strike now, sir. Annihilate, kill, kill, kill.
Shut up!
What happens if we're hanging, our group right here, we're chilling, and the craft comes down, right? And then we see these guys, and literally the Martians. What are we doing?
We probably have to go to ammunition.
Yeah, we'd have to go to ammunition and load up.
You know you'd have to give them a swing.
You literally are going to be Jack Black in this situation. You remember what Jack Black did in the movie?
We got to go the Jim Brown route.
James Brown.
To get James Brown.
Jim Brown played for the Browns.
He did.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And he also took the Browns to the Super Bowl, in case anybody doesn't know.
Ultimately, our terrible music ends up killing the aliens.
Did they ever tell us why they came?
Why they came? Yeah, I guess we don't really ever know why
they said they came
the Martians came.
Well, yeah, but they were full of shit. That was right before they blasted us out.
They came in peace.
What if the dove was considered an act of war?
Well,
they gotta be smarter than that.
But it seemed like they were pretty on board until the dove flew overhead and that one alien looks at the dove. And he's like,
I was wondering, here's my theory. I'm going to provide a theory. So what if all of the terrible things that happened because the alien looked at the dove and knew that the dove was going to shit on him? And could like telepathically like connect or see the future, whatever. It's like, that dove's about to shit on me. Fuck you. Shoot the dove, and then war.
Okay, but
I like your theory. I like it.
But we didn't start shooting at it first. They killed the dove.
I know.
And they were like,
the dove's about to shit on me.
Okay, there's a misconception that is brought out when Pierce Brosnan gives you a line along the lines of like, okay, they're highly intelligent, so therefore peaceful. And it's like,
just because they're highly intelligent does
not make them peaceful.
Yeah.
So they were just coming to take over.
Yeah, and they were fucking with us the whole time. They came in and acted peaceful, So that we'd all just come into a group, and then they'd kill everybody, and they'd go back away. Then they'd come back, try to have a peace treaty, bring all of our leaders together, kill them, go back, laugh about it, then come back and do it again.
But then wait, there's another added thing, because they also do weird experiments with Pierce Brosnan's body and Sarah Jessica Parker's body.
Where they're on the music.
She's on a dog and he's just a floating head.
And they're in love.
And then they make out.
Well, one of them's looking at a Playboy and then looks at Sarah Jessica Parker, and then that's when they put the dog head on the body. So something about the alien looking at a girl in Playboy made it want to put a dog head on Sarah Jessica
She
Parker's
looks like a
body.
dog.
Oh, man. Horse. It's a horse. Just put me on a robot bod or something.
It surely
Robot
is
bod.
the dark humor.
It's a great dark comedy. I mean, it doesn't make you laugh out loud a lot, but it's entertaining. It's
favorite scenes.
Fun. All right, Taylor, what's your favorite scene?
My favorite scene would be where Lisa Marie is following after Martin Short's character, and she's got a weird way of walking, and once she gets behind Martin Short and Mitch, the guy who answers the door at the White House, lets them in. Martin Short has gotten away from the alien, you might say, and so the alien catches up by creep walking after Martin Short.
He's right on him.
Comes up right behind him, and he his answer or what he says about it is, "You're very graceful."
Yeah.
Martin Short is a terrible character. I mean, funny because his character's so
very
terribly
sleazy. Very sleazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude.
Doesn't he try to pick up some?
He picks up
Women of the Night.
in various parts of the movie, and that's how he meets the aliens. He's trying to pick up women right outside the White House, which is Martin Short character.
Go on a private tour.
He is, and he's the press secretary.
Mitchell, what's your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part of the movie is when Jim Brown is at one of the casinos in Las Vegas and he's dressed up as Pharaoh.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, he's the hero of the movie when he goes and fights all the little aliens off.
Yeah, that's a badass scene.
He gets the aliens to drop their rifles and to actually punch him in hand combat. And so I like that they actually are amused enough, I guess, to take on his challenge.
Yeah, and then he somehow survives.
The scene where he's walking up, taking off his Pharaoh outfit, that's a pretty sweet scene.
They show him later in the movie.
He was laying on the ground the last time we saw him, and they were surrounding him.
No, what you can see is everybody, they pile on top of him, and then they cut the scene because the people are following on airplanes.
He got out, because he shows up later.
Well, obviously he got out, but we
Champion of the world.
Jack has to have a favorite part.
I don't. Y'all already spoke the good
Just
parts.
do another one then.
I don't remember.
There's so many parts.
Well, my favorite part is when the Martians first come and they meet in the desert to meet the humans for the first time.
We come in peace.
We come in peace. And chaos ensues. That's my favorite part.
In peace.
I mean, I guess the scene when I guess Jack Nicholson wants to try it for the 20th time to give him a shot.
Yeah.
And he's the only person alive left on Earth, I guess.
In the base of government.
He gives this epic speech and.
Why can't we work out our differences? Why can't we work things out? Little people. Why can't we all just get along?
And it's like, hell yeah, shake my hand. He's like, all right.
What's this?
And then he's murdered.
The flag stabs him.
The hand.
The flag comes up and it's the Martian.
Do you think that's their go-to way to spiteful kill people and take their planet? That's how they kill people.
It's pretty.
It's almost like the Martians are like a bunch of jokers. Like
They are wild.
because they really just like to fuck with people. They're kind of like gremlins too in that way. Like
Gremlins are way too
like they'll kill you, but they're gonna like have fun doing it, and it's all amusing to them. Just like we would, I don't know, burn ants with a magnifying glass or something. It's just they find it just fun.
For instance, they blow up the Washington Monument and
Yeah,
try
they
to make it fall.
knock it back and forth to make people run, but
Mount Rushmore.
yeah.
We never saw what happened to that troop of Boy Scouts, but we know you guys.
Also, at the very end, it's them on the steps of, was it the Lincoln Memorial?
Yeah,
Everything in Washington is basically destroyed.
Yeah, everything is destroyed. Yeah,
It's literally where Congress had met, and they blew it up, and it's like, okay.
There's a mariachi band playing the.
Yep. Yeah. And one of my favorite scenes during that final speech that Donut Boy is given.
So I guess like now we just have to start over and start rebuilding everything, like our houses. But I was thinking maybe instead of houses we could live in teepees because it's better in a lot of ways.
I kind of agree. Mud houses too would be good.
Yeah, I know Thomas.
I can't argue with him
What's he
on
called?
that. Living in teepees sounds nice, and I would make donuts every day for a living if I could.
I mean, that's why we can do mud houses too. Mud houses can be better insulated, work a little better. Cob buildings.
We got to do cob and
and go back to a simpler life. What's your favorite scene?
So everybody else that gets killed gets turned into these like ridiculous red or green skeletons, except for Glenn Close's character, the first lady, who gets crushed by a chandelier.
That's right.
Do you know whose chandelier it is? Because she looks up and goes,
"Is it Eleanor Roosevelt?"
When it hits her so hard she turns into a dummy.
Let's just comment how good she is. Like several times she gives these ridiculous shocked faces or screaming faces. They're just so exaggerated. It's just great.
Also, so many people in this movie play parts that are so opposite of the parts that they usually play.
Mm-hmm.
Annette Bening never plays like a stupid character.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. What do you think happens after? So given, he gives that speech and they have to start rebuilding. So let's jump forward like 20 years. What is life like on Earth after Mars attacks?
Strictly yodeling.
They're playing it like as a over the speaker.
It's government mandated that everybody becomes proficient in yodeling to defend against the aliens.
They put speakers in space.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would be fine with that. That's what it meant.
Yodeling is the pop music. It's like top 40.
Yeah.
It's like
they put a mandate.
Yodeling hits the mainstream.
Like if you make music, it has to be yodeling music.
They redo Mount Rushmore and it's just 4 Slim Whitmans.
redo Mount
and one Jim Brown.
And one Jim Brown. And then Tom Green standing on top doing a benefit concert.
Tom Green?
Tom Green.
Spoiler alert.
Whoops.
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones Green.
All right, let's get guesses on what the tomato meter is on this.
Okay, so this could go multiple ways. I don't know how they're going to end up, how the reviewers will end up interpreting it. I'm going to say a 7.5. Oh, no, wait, 70. 75.
70? Freshness on 75.
It's freshness on 75.
I'll say I'm going to go lower this time. I'm going to say 62.
I was going to say 7 point.
It's
no, it's out of 100.
Maybe he thinks it's that terrible.
76 is what I was thinking.
Oh, it's probably like a 55.
Okay, so the movie came out in 1996.
Is that when it released?
So if I was going to talk about like how fresh it would be in 1996,
the tomato meter is 56%.
Wow. Okay.
And the audience score is 53%.
Dang. That's an interesting case where the audience and tomato meter are very, very close. Interesting.
I'll agree, it's a very mediocre film.
I feel like it deserves at least 60.
I think it got exactly what it deserves.
So for IMDb, what you got, Jane?
So for IMDb, I guess I'm going to say 5. No, IMDb's usually lower, so I'm going to say 3.
I'll go 5.
Fuck you.
4.8.
5.9.
I get a 6.
Taylor's closest, 6.4.
Damn it.
It's weird.
None of this makes sense anymore.
That's probably rated on freshness.
Do we want to do a wrap up?
Based on when it came out, or
Bring us home, Jay.
Yeah, what are our final thoughts on Mars Attacks? I mean,
Definitely fun and worth a while.
yeah, I mean, for me, Mars Attacks is just a delightful ride. It's like going to an amusement park. It's a ride you go on. It's really fun. You have a lot of familiar faces
Don't take it too seriously.
that guide you along the way. If you like dark comedies, Mars Attacks is a must-watch. I think people that, just this niche of people that really appreciate dark comedies will appreciate Mars Attacks. And I also just love a good alien invasion story. I love War of the Worlds. I just think this is I don't know. I mean, it's good.
Yeah, it's a solid movie.
Zach hates it.
Final thoughts there, Jan.
It's a solid movie. I have the DVD, and I've always loved
DVD movie.
Mars Attacks.
What were you thinking there, Mitch? Was it as funny as when you originally thought you had seen it?
Do you like it as much as you did before we rewatched it?
Well, I feel like when we rewatched it, and it was just last night, that it was like the third time I've seen it. So, like, the first time I saw it, I was sort of, like, younger and it came on TV, and I was, like, sort of taken aback because these people were being just murdered, like, right at the
vaporized,
I was, like,
yeah.
kind of, like, scared by it, and I didn't understand that it was sort of, like, a dark comedy. Yeah, it's just campy and fun, and it's meant to be just, like, a popcorn flick. But if
Yeah,
you try to,
popcorn
like,
flick.
look too much into it,
Entertaining,
it's not really trying to like change the world or tell
That's right. That's right.
philosophical message.
Yeah. Other than that, we're totally fucked if we get attacked.
I mean, you guys have, pretty much said every possible thing known to man you can say about it, but
My
it's if you like aliens' brains and stuff, I bet the actors had a lot of fun making it.
Yeah,
they all seem like they had a blast doing it, which I bet it would be really fun to make a movie like that. So I give it a thumbs up for that.
Taylor, what do you think for the 30th time watching it?
Well, yeah, probably not 30, but closer to 15. I've seen it a lot. A lot of the jokes to me don't fit what I would typically think Tim Burton's comedies were. He makes some very not politically correct any longer jokes. It's stuff that is
I didn't
not
any of those.
what normal people
Jack
would find
Black,
out.
Jack Black's character.
Yeah, he constantly calls his little brother.
Oh, not just
names.
him, I know, but like that's one that stands out in my mind.
There's a lot of the jokes are like superficial. Most of the time when I'm thinking of like Tim Burton flicks, it's deep thought and things like that. But these terrible non-PC jokes are not even skin deep because they don't relate to the story in any way. But overall, I thought it was funny. It is probably one of my more favorite alien flicks.
Yeah,
is what I'll say.
Yeah, and I love the old lady.
Yeah,
I just love that character
Old
so
lady
much.
to the same.
Yeah, I know, Thomas.
Sweet old lady.
It
does feel very.
She laughs at Congress. They blew up Congress.
Yeah,
I love her line to Natalie Portman. At the end, she says when she gives her the medal, she says, "Thanks, hon. Don't you let this happen again."
Yeah. And I mean it's the coach from Beetlejuice. That's the character.
Yeah.
Plays the same. That lady who's also in Beetlejuice. And shows them how to be scary.
That's right.
She's also the coach of the team because apparently, you get multiple jobs when you live in.
Right.
It's a tough job, I guess, but yeah.
I feel like when you watch this, you probably should watch Independence Day.
It starts off with a barbecue.
The cows on fire.
The cows.
Call that a barbecue?
Would you not call it a barbecue?
Okay.
If a bunch of cows are on fire, isn't it a barbecue?
The question is more like how do you like your steak done?
Right. How quickly do you put the fire out?
Well done.
Right.
I think barbecue implies that we're eating food together as a group. Not necessarily.
So you can't have a barbecue by yourself?
Yeah, so,
I don't think so.
Maybe if you're a serial
You can grill things.
If you're a serial killer, then you can have a barbecue by yourself.
Yeah, I think the word barbecue implies fellowship.